You have to be desperate to bring down the whole system because of pecuniary or personal ego and idiosyncrasies. Note something. Uche Secondary Tenure is ending by December. Note something. PDP convention is holding by October. So why this shenanigan? Why this fight? But for ego, that I'm this, I'm that, I must have my way. Less that you don't have this. If you have so much grievance against Uche Secondary and you say he has failed, October, he vote him out. If you have the muscles, if you have the persons, a very important judicial tool that could be used in important matters, but not in political matters where you have the opportunity of putting another person on notice, but you refuse to put the other person on notice because of mischief.
Intra-party legal tussles have recently become a thing in Nigeria's political space as members of different political parties jostle for influence and power in view of the fast-approaching 2023 presidential election. Many Nigerians have expressed their displeasure over the judiciary's seeming willingness to bend to the whims and caprices of politicians. Several stakeholders, while rebuking the judiciary, have joined Nigerians in expressing their displeasure, stating that the courts might become a marketplace for politicians to buy injunctions, adding that this might threaten the nation's democracy. Following the conflicting court orders given in regards to the chairmanship tussle within the People's Democratic Party, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Tanko Muhammad, on Monday summoned 6 Chief Justices of State High Courts. It will be recalled that the Rivers and Kebbi State High Courts gave conflicting judgments concerning the leadership of the famous opposition party.
But some of us are advocating, and it's not just this 6 states. Yeah, these 6 states are the ones in the limelight for now. But who said that this judicial injunction will not be obtained from any other state in the country? So my own urge is that the CJ, though the National Judicial Council will be meeting next week, the CJA should, as a matter of urgency, have a meeting with all the chief judges of state in the 36 states and the FCC, which is making it 37, so that certain policy directives will be brought on board to nip this in the bud, because we don't have any other country apart from this. If we put this country to the precipice with banditry, kidnapping, insurgency everywhere in the country, with now judicial rascality by some judges, not something, a lot of our judges, 95% of them are hardworking and honest and diligent. But the few bad ones should not push us to the precipice that will lead us to an anarchy.
Less than 2 years to the 2023 elections, experts have opined that with the way the party is managing its politics, it seems it has not learned a lesson from its past. The summoned 6 Chief Justices are Ijeoma Agugwa of Imo State, Chibuzo Amadi of Rivers, Mohammed Ambusa of Kebbi, Onoche Anyachebelu of Anambra, Akon Ikpeme of Cross River, and Umar Sadiq of Jigawa. Many Nigerians wonder why courts keep granting conflicting injunctions regarding party politics in the country. Commenting on this, Barrister Godwin Oboji, a legal practitioner, in an exclusive interview with Roots TV, referred to the scenario as unfortunate and also frowned at the action taken by the Kebbi and Cross River courts, stating that it is an abnormality.
Said on several occasions by various chief justices of Nigeria and pronouncement of courts in judgments that you don't grant interlocutory or interim injunction in the political matter as of right, because most often you determine the live issue. And it's elementary that in granting an interlocutory order, you don't determine the substantive issue. So like the issue of PDP now, where you removed, you think, chairman of a party via interim injunction, where you have not heard him at all. So what is left to be determined as a substantive issue? So it is not a matter of education, but it's a matter of telling the world that that is not what it is. That this is not the practice, and this is not the law. And what is happening is an unfortunate scenario that will not stand the test of time. Unfortunately, it will not. Certainly, that is the fortunate thing, because we have appellate jurisdiction, we have other places to go to. It will stand the test of time, but the mischief it has caused now is what we are bothered about. So it's not something to be educated about. It's an embarrassing situation. It's an abnormality. It is not what it is, and that is not the law.
Oboji also said that
there's no case that cannot be determined in court. There's no case that cannot be brought before the court. But the ideal thing, that's why you have the doctrine of fair hearing, and you put the other person on notice so that the matter will be determined on the merit, hearing both sides, hearing now till the justice who is desirous of deserving of having judgment. But it is not at interlocutory stage where the other party have not been put on notice, where I have not heard from another party, you have not heard his defense. Then you come and determine the right of that party in very substantial and substantive manner. It is wrong. That is what we are saying. That it is not supposed to be so. And we are saying that what is happening now, see, it is not peculiar, but it's not what is supposed to happen.
As a legal professional, he further advised the opposition party to learn from past political office holders, stating that nothing is permanent, especially political office.
But if anything happens, no matter what your position now, will not be there. You have seen people in Afghanistan fleeing the country. You have seen the former Afghanistan Minister of Information being selling pizza and stuff in Germany now. You have seen ministers in war-torn countries being nobody there. So these are powerful persons in the government, supposedly. Not to talk about me and you on the street. The agony, the trauma. We saw what happened in Sudan because of strife and unnecessary conflict. We are seeing what is happening in Congo and lots of other places. Is that what you wish for ourselves? What is just transient? What is just temporal? Why won't you, whatever the challenge we have now, put us together so that at the end of the day, we'll have a country that will be evolving, because nothing is permanent, particularly political office. A one-party state. No matter what you might feel, somebody might not be comfortable with APC for whatever it is. I want to go to PDP. But if it's in shambles, where lies the alternative that Nigerians will have? So they should not think only of themselves, but the generator of Nigeria and the politics generally, so that we'll have progression in democratic norms.